I bet nobody saw that one coming, eh? Hey! What is up, lads? It's CM9 here. We just beat Ajax in Amsterdam by 1-0. Michy Batshuayi, aka Batman, or the Batsman, whatever you want to call him. What is it with him and late goals away from home in a game? He gets a goal that wins us the Premier League a couple of seasons ago under Antonio Conte. He gets a goal against Atletico Madrid the following season in the Champions League. Here, he's got a goal against Ajax in 86 minutes and helps us to get a really, really important win. And I've got to be honest with you right now. I've got to be honest. Lampard has now got 6 wins on the trot now. But I reckon this is the most important win of them all. And the reason why that is because we have just gone to Amsterdam. We've gone to Holland to beat the Champions League semi-finalists of the last competition in their own backyard with a very, very young team. And you know something? That mentality, that rhythm, that mould that Lampard is trying to implement within these young players, to get a win like that, that's a cherry on top of a sundae. I've got a feeling right here and right now, I've got a feeling that this victory is going to spur on a bit of belief that we can actually continue this run. We can actually take this victory, just keep going. That's exactly what we've got to do. We just got to keep going and then just keep getting wins like this, because this is a huge win. All right, let's just talk about the game. Let's talk about the lineups. Or let's talk about our lineup. So, we started with Kepa in goal, Azpilicueta, Zuma, Tomori and Alonso. That defence, rock solid throughout the entire game. Azpilicueta was just like having John Terry back. We'll get to him in a moment. Zuma and Tomori were just phenomenal. Phenomenal. We're talking about an Ajax team with a lot of... I mean, yeah, they don't have Frankie de Jong anymore. They don't have De Ligt anymore. Their centre-back. They both went off to Barcelona and Juventus respectively. But they do still have a very promising young side, Ajax. But we have as well. We've got a very promising set of players. But Tomori and Zuma and Azpilicueta. Like, seriously, where did that performance come from? Like, they were just in... Azpilicueta. Like I said earlier, it was just literally having John Terry back in the side. I'm not going to lie. Like, there was a moment in the first half where, I kid you not, he actually pulled off one of the goal-saving tackles. And this was after... We'll get to that supposed Ajax offside VAR goal in a moment. But straight after that, Azpilicueta made like a goal-saving tackle. And I tell you what, it was something that John Terry would have done in his prime. And I thought to myself, he's got it again. He's got that back. He's got that fire back. He's got that will to actually see out a game, to actually get a clean sheet, to actually lead a back line, to lead an actual team. When you see stuff like that going on, it's like, how is he getting this? And I tell you how he's getting it. Is because he's actually knuckled down and got into training and started to work. And that's exactly what the rest of the players have been doing. Especially with all these young players. But yeah, our back line was solid. Sorry guys, just had to restart the video. Right, yes. So yeah, back line, our defence, solid. Brings me on to our midfield. Mount, Jorginho and Kovacic. Jorginho and Kovacic. I think these two really need to be playing with each other in future matches. Because these two... I swear to God, when they play alongside each other, they are absolute legends. Kovacic had so much space for him to just run around with the ball and then just distribute it. The same could be said for Jorginho. Like not only was he able to distribute the ball up the one end of the field, he was even coming back and actually making him like an extra man, like to protect the back four. It's very, like, especially when we don't have Kante in there. Especially when we don't have Kante in this team. You'd think that we've got a lot of stability in that midfield. Even when he's not there. But Jorginho and Kovacic, look, they literally had space to burn. They had literally so much just to pass the ball over there, and just really, really solid stuff from them. Mason Mount ran for days. I mean, there were times where he did make the odd mistake here and there, kind of like lost the ball a few times. But having said that, Mason Mount, absolutely fantastic today. I couldn't argue with his performance. Just effortless. Lots of energy, lots of pace, lots of confidence, and linking up play with some of the attackers as well. He made himself available, which was what you really need to do. Callum Hudson-Odoi. He was alright. Literally had good runs. I saw him making some excellent runs. Again, like I said about Mason Mount, some great link-up play. Just got to work on your finishing, man. Just got to work on your finishing. I can't say anything else. Callum Hudson-Odoi, I can't fault his work rate. I can't. He's grinding it out. He's doing his bits. But he just needs to learn to finish. That's what he needs to do. That's what his game is lacking at the moment. But other than that, I think his link-up play is excellent. And yeah, it'd be the exact same as I said, like as with Mason Mount. I think he was pretty damn good today. Tammy Abraham, I thought he worked really hard. But especially in the first half, I think we got to be unlucky for Tammy Abraham today, because despite the fact that he worked his socks off just being available at important times, there was, especially in the first half, there was not very much service given to him, I thought. But then as soon as when he came off and then Batshuayi came on, then Pulisic was to come on a little bit later. Pulisic and Batshuayi, they've had this link up at Dortmund. They kind of like know each other a little bit. And, well, that's what set up the goal in 86 minutes. Pulisic took the ball, did a bit of work, got to the byline, crossed it in. Batshuayi just smacks it, hits off the bar and goes into the net. What a great finish. What a great finish. Earlier, though, Batshuayi missed an absolute sitter. And I was like, how on earth did he miss that? He had the ball and all he had to do was put it past the goalkeeper, and he did a Morata type finish where he just completely skied it completely. That was a chance that Morata could have missed if he was still playing for Chelsea and he still had that lack of confidence. But no, this is a completely different player, completely different game, completely different team, completely different manager, completely different situation. But yeah, Tammy Abraham, just like he did a lot of work, let's be honest, but I think he needed to contribute it with a goal. There just wasn't that much of service at a time where Abraham kind of needed it. And as soon as when Batshuayi came on, suddenly the floodgates kind of opened with our chances. Ajax started to misplace their passes. And like Batshuayi just exploited really important times of the game where he should have maybe even got 2 goals. But then Tammy Abraham came off at a situation where it wasn't that, like there was not much creativity going on. But we can't say anything bad about Tammy Abraham. I mean, he worked hard out there. He just didn't get the service that was needed for him. But that will come in time. These guys are very, very young. And let's not forget that Lampard is still trying to build a dynasty with these players. So, these players have just got to keep working. I was disappointed with Willian today. Willian needed to do more. And Pulisic came on for him and made a big, big impact on the game. As I said earlier, when he assisted the goal for Batshuayi. So, Willian has had some good games this season, but I'm starting to think maybe at his age, Willian is like 31, 32. Pulisic is looking like the guy that's going to be replacing him. If Willian starts to pull off these type of performances, then I would say bench him for a couple of games and then maybe stop Pulisic for the next few, because Pulisic, he just shows you what he can do if you give him an opportunity. Like we were all saying a few games back where, like, why isn't Pulisic being played? Why isn't he starting him? Why isn't he being allowed an opportunity to get on the pitch and actually do things? Lampard has given him more opportunities, more minutes, more game time, and he's coming up. He's coming up with the important passes, the important opportunities. Okay, maybe he didn't get a goal, but he got an assist, which was good. And especially when you've got Pulisic now with 2 assists in like 2 games against Southampton a couple of weeks ago, and now tonight against Ajax. So it's like you got to drop plays, but you got to start plays. I think Lampard's situation right now is that he's just trying to get a feel for the team, get a feel for the players, who needs to be playing alongside who. And I think Pulisic earned a few more minutes. No, not earned a few more minutes. I think Pulisic has earned a starting place. I want to see Pulisic play against Burnley at the weekend instead of Willian. And the reason I say that is because I need to see Pulisic just that... because he's a young guy, because he's young and we spent a lot of money on him, and I think there's a lot of promise from him to actually get assists like he's been doing. Maybe this is what Abraham kind of needs. Maybe this is what Abraham needs, like somebody we can rely on to give him that service, to allow him to have that much space, to take on defenders and get a goal. And I think that's what Abraham needs. But like I said, there's something about Batshuayi and late goals away from home. And, well, tonight was no different, especially when we got him scoring the winner against Ajax on 86 minutes. Well done, Batsman. Well done. And this, like I said earlier in the beginning of this video, this is a huge win. This is the time of the season where the players think to themselves, you know what, we've beaten a pretty damn good side away from home. Now let's see if we can continue this run. Let's see if we can maintain this positivity in this team and keep that winning streak going. Because even though we don't win a Premier League title this season, and well, I guess we still don't believe at this stage that we're not going to win any Premier League titles this season. I mean, Liverpool just running away with it. But I'm liking this streak. I'm liking this winning streak. I'm liking this positivity within the team. I like this young squad. I like Frank Lampard being manager. I think life is great right now, don't you think? Don't you think with all this positivity going on? Don't you think with all this young group? These guys performing well. Tomori, Zuma, Mason Mount, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Tammy Abraham, Kovacic, Jorginho. Lampard is building a team. He really is. And I think today has just proved that we can go that one step further. Who knows what that can take? Who knows what it could possibly give us? I think this is the positivity. This is the absolute positive vibes is what I'm trying to go after here. Who knows how far that can take us? But let's not forget that we could have been 1-0 down at the beginning of the... by half-time, we could have been 1-0 down. But thanks to VAR, by a hair's width, that goal didn't stand when he got placed in. And literally, it was a hair's width. It was a hair's width. That was the difference between it being a draw and us losing the game. So, yeah. So I'm ecstatic. I'm happy right now. I'm so happy. And yes, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Check out my social media links in the description down below. Make sure you let me know what you thought of the game in the comment section down below. And yes, I'm going to go ahead now and lie down because I'm absolutely exhausted. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Come on, Chelsea. Let's keep this winning streak going. I'm happy. And let's get these guys working. There you go. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Until the next video, I shall see you later. Hey do, and peace.